Justin Thurber's two-day preliminary hearing wrapped up this morning. He's the man accused of capital murder in the death of Jodi Sanderholm last January. A total of 22 witnesses testified against Thurber. This morning, his mother and ex-girlfriend took the stand. The ex-girlfriend said Thurber previously told her the spot where Sanderholm's body was found was a good place to hide someone. She also said that during sex, Thurber had to be sometimes abusive and had to choke her to become aroused. Morrison says Sanderholm died either from blunt force trauma or strangulation. If Thurber is convicted, Morrison says Sanderholm's family may have a say in whether the state seeks the death penalty.
They're very reasonable people, and we give great allowance to what they want. Is it going to control what we do? Probably not, but it's certainly a big factor that we take into account.
Thurber will be back in court July 9th for his arraignment. That's where he'll enter a plea. It's also the last chance for prosecutors to file a motion to keep the death penalty a possibility. Morrison has already said he will file that motion.
Prosecutors wanted to make sure Thurber's ex-girlfriend testified today. She provided information about the suspect's sexual history that may prove vital during the trial. Eyewitness News reporter Kim Wilhelm continues our coverage.
Well, Thurber's defense attorney did not want her to testify, saying her sexual history should not be shared with the court. But prosecutors pushed for it, and the judge allowed it. We want to warn you, some of the testimony is graphic. She was Justin Thurber's girlfriend for 3 years. They lived together for 2. Not wanting to show her face in court, Alexis Schwartzel testified she and Thurber rarely had sex.
Why was that? Was that because of you or because of him?
Because of him.
Meaning?
He couldn't get an erection.
She says Thurber had to get violent to be aroused.
He would pull my hair or he would get real abusive.
Meaning?
There was a couple times that he had tried to choke me.
Thurber's former girlfriend says she had to grab his arms to get him to stop. She says the behavior was one of the reasons she broke up with him. Wichita psychologist Howard Brodsky says it appears to be a sexual issue, not one about power.
Well, she seems to be describing a true case of sadism. This is where sexual arousal is done by the guy for the purpose of causing pain, causing horror to the people that he's doing it to.
Schwartzel says Thurber never injured her. They broke up just days before Jodi Sanderholm went missing. When the case goes to trial, she'll likely be called to tell her story again. Kansas Attorney General Paul Morrison is helping prosecute the case. He asked Thurber's ex-girlfriend how long this behavior lasted. She said it occurred in the middle of their relationship. Cindy?
Thurber's ex-girlfriend also testified he had taken her to the Cowley wildlife area and told her it would be easy to get rid of someone if needed. She says she didn't ask him what he meant by that statement.
Doctors operate on a mill worker after his arms get caught in a conveyor belt. It happened this morning at Cargill's Horizon Mill in Newton. Rescue workers took apart the machine before they could get to the man. Once he was free, a helicopter landed on a roof and flew him to Wichita. The man, a long-time employee at the mill, is listed now in fair condition. Autopsy results show a boy who died at Camp Hyde on Tuesday did indeed drown. Lifeguards pulled 12-year-old Aaron Latham from the water, but he wasn't breathing. The YMCA says Latham wasn't in the deep end and had passed a swim test. Early reports said the boy may have had some type of medical condition, but the medical examiner says there's no evidence of that.
Power bills are about to go up for some Kansans. A Consumer Watch alert for you tonight. Aquila says it will raise rates 3.6% starting tomorrow. The money will cover operating costs and investments the company made in natural gas. Aquila says the increase will cost the average customer about $3.64 extra each